Hey everyone, Sarah Line here with Maximum Muscle Report, and we are just one day out from prejudging for the Fitness Olympia here, and I'm here with Ryall Graber. Ryall, you are no stranger to being in front of the camera, so fill us in on this year, how it's gone for you, and what you're looking to do on the Olympia stage.
Thank you. I am just so excited. My 41st pro show. After turning pro in 2007, I am enjoying every second of this journey. So it's been my healthiest prep yet, my happiest prep yet, injury-free, and I'm just dialing into the magic of the event, my 5th Olympia, and enjoying all. It's such a privilege to be here and an honor to compete against the best in the world. So
absolutely.
Every year it just gets like sweeter and sweeter. You'd think it wouldn't, but it does. It's every year. So
right. And now with the Olympia, with the Fitness Olympia, we all know that Oksana's gone. So there's that top spot open. The 1st through 5th could be a total toss-up. So I want to know your predictions.
Oh my gosh, throw me in the fire.
Put yourself first. What is it?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like with Oksana being gone, it's opened up, right? We had Adela, 8-time champ, Oksana right in there. I competed with both of those women, and now it's wide open. I mean, we've got some top. Whitney Jones coming off.
Yep.
Arnold win. We've got Kate Arrington here as well, who's Arnold, Australia winner, runner-up in U.S.
Right.
Bethany always brings a good physique. Miriam's routines. I've been grinding, so I think it's gonna be total. You know, it's anybody's game, and that's what's really exciting. Is everyone's been working really hard, and I think we're just gonna see how the dice roll.
Yeah.
So.
And you know what's so great too is that within the fitness the fitness division, you know, Mandis and I have watched throughout the last couple of years how close knit of a group you guys all are, which I think is great. You know, fitness, if we're all being honest, it's slowly dying. But then we also are starting to see a few new faces shown in there.
Yes.
So what keeps you guys so close knit together? You know, how do you guys separate it from that's my competition to no, I want her to do just as well?
Totally. I think we do have a unique camaraderie because our routine is 2/3 of that score. So physique, you know, it's 1/3 of the score, and when it comes to routine, there's a big judging panel there, and there's a lot of different, you know, we've got European style and American style, we've got cheer, we've got dance, we've got gymnastics, we've got so many different styles. So it's open, and at the end of the day, it's like, you know, we wish each other genuinely the best.
Right.
You know, may you go out there, and if everyone is at their best, you know,
best man win, right?
Yeah, I think it brings a different a different element to just physique, right? Just body, because you can come in right in the middle of that first call out, and if your routine isn't there, you're dropping down. So we do it. We have a unique camaraderie, I think, and respect for the amount of work that this takes, following each other's journeys, like globally now with social media. It's so cool to stay connected as a group and support each other and watch how hard everyone's working. I think by the time you get here, it's like so much respect for everyone's grind, right? How hard it is.
Right, and you know, that's something that I've always said about the fitness community as well, is the fact that, you know, everyone else is dieting and they're doing their cardio and they're going throughout their regular day, they're going to work, you know, whatever their situation may be. But with the fitness division, you guys are practicing your hour for hours a day. And you're practicing your fitness routine for hours a day. So how do you balance that? You know, is that a manipulation more with your diet? You keep your food a little bit higher to make up for the extra calories that you're burning for your practice? How long do you practice per day?
Right. No, these are great questions, and I think every athlete would tell you, fitness athlete would tell you something a little bit different. And I think each prep is a little bit different too, depending on how healthy your body is and how well you're metabolizing your food. But definitely, I have learned for myself what's best is to get ready early. I haven't done cardio for 5 weeks.
Awesome.
So I just lift, run routine. And if you can get yourself ahead of the game, that routine, that intensity with running that routine, that is cardio, right? You are burning.
Right.
If you're lighter and tighter when you're running that routine, everything's sharper, it's easier, right? So the sooner you can get in the game and get your body moving, get your body fat down, you know, you don't have to worry about that aspect as much. So I think when I first got into the sport, it was like 16-week prep, right? So you start, it's like now I try to just 5 pounds, lifestyle, totally. 5 pounds over where I would compete, off season, right? And then and always watching nutrition, like keeping my carbs quite high throughout my off season, so it's not cut. Like now I've been actually increasing my carbs as I go into this.
There you go.
So you want to be like eating into a show, no cardio, right? So you're not burning out, right? It
can be done healthy. You know, I think that's such a misconception now with social media, how it is globally and how everyone's on it and everyone's posting about what they do. And, you know, you've got the girls that do diet on higher amounts of food, and then you have the girls that, do 2 hours of cardio a day. And that's great, especially as a fitness competitor, for you to stand here and say, you know, that's what you're doing and that's how you're doing it, because everyone else needs to know that it's not an unhealthy sport. It's about how you do it.
Totally.
And it's a marathon. Right?
Absolutely.
And everyone thinks it's a sprint now.
So well said. If you have established a healthy foundation with your nutrition, smart supplementation, sleep, training, right? It's lifestyle. Those changes as you go to switch gears into competing, it's not huge, right? Like I don't over restrict myself at all. And I mean, I learned this from totally failing. Like, right after I earned my pro status in 2007, I bounced 30 pounds in like a month. So I think the hard fails and the struggles, right? Through feeling so horrible, all the injuries, it's like, there's got to be a better way. You know, like managing, I work with Pro Physiques, and Damien Segovia does my dial-ins, but I manage my nutrition throughout the year until a couple weeks out. And that's just what we found works best for me. And it's good to have that foundation and feel so healthy.
Well, and absolutely we know it works well for you, because we just saw you last week at Arizona where you took a win. Congratulations. You were so conditioned. We cannot wait to see what you bring to the stage tomorrow. Prejudging, and then of course your routine as well.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. So
absolutely.
Thank you for the support.
Oh, and thank you. She's the happiest, smiliest, most positive woman that I've seen in this industry day in and day out. Every time I see her, it's a smile. It's hi, how are you? You know, it's awesome. So congratulations, and we will touch base with you tomorrow.
Thanks, Sarah, so much.
Until next time, Sarah Lyon, Ryall Graber, Maximum Muscle Report. Hey everyone, Sarah Lyon here with Maximum Muscle Report, and I'm standing here with Bikini Olympian Jennifer Ronzitti.
Hey guys.
We are just now one day out from Bikini prejudging. Of course, you have to ask the basic question of how are you feeling?
Oh my gosh, I feel amazing, well rested. I got in super late Tuesday night, but I just wanted the time to relax and enjoy myself and enjoy the whole process. Because this weekend can get kind of hectic, especially starting tonight all the way up and through Saturday. So I just wanted to woosah before going into the big show.
Right. And now with the Bikini Olympia this year, it's a little different. I feel like a different vibe with Ashley Kaltwasser coming back. You know, 3-time champ. What are your, emotions on that? Have you competed against her before? Where do you think the top 5 is going to go this year? Of course, coming off your second place win from last year.
It definitely has excited the bikini division. I mean, we have, besides Ashley coming back, a whole bunch of brand new pros that are coming in. So, I mean, it's anyone's stage. So, as far as like how I feel for the top 5, like I said, it's anyone's stage. The thing that I worry about is bringing my best to the stage. I know there's a lot of buzz on social media going around with everything, and I've just tried to stay away from it because you don't want to get wrapped up in that and get lost to what really, really matters, which is your own prep, making sure that you get to where you need to be. Right.
And that social media definitely plays a part, I feel like, in competing in the industry in general nowadays. And you, I have, of course, we notice, how everyone posts on social media, and you've always kept it, very classy, very positive, and like you said, focused on you. So that's awesome. So last week we also saw Jennifer with her first place win in Arizona, and that was her second time winning that show back to back.
Honor to do a back-to-back show and be a champ back-to-back. So it feels good to come into the Olympia coming off of a win.
Sure.
Too.
Oh, absolutely. Very positive, high spirits.
Yes.
And now the big change that I'm sure everyone noticed if they looked at the stage pictures was the suit color. I loved it. I loved it. I thought it really kind of softened up, your overall look. Mm-hmm. Not that it was super hard before, but the red was, red is always a hit or miss on stage. So what made that decision?
I was starting to see more red on stage too, but I felt this year I wanted to do something different. I wanted to revamp myself. Obviously, my physique, I needed to come in a little bit fuller, and I was like, well, why don't we just play around with a new suit color? Let's test it in Arizona. If it doesn't do well in Arizona, we'll go back to red for the Olympia. And I was scared. I'm scared to wear it. I'm sitting there the day before, oh my God, do I do it? Do I not? And I finally was just you know what? Just jump in and see how it goes. And it was very well received by a lot of my followers. Were oh my God, the blue.
Yeah.
And the judges really liked it. So I think it was a really good poll and something fresh.
Yeah.
Because, sometimes it can get stale to wear the same color. So bringing in a little excitement, a little bit something different.
A little new. Yeah. And of course, your suit changed color, but then we also, of course, noticed your physique differences. So it definitely looked like you brought in nice full round glutes again, and you look so balanced from top to bottom. What did you guys really focus on after you went into your off season after the border clash?
After the off season, just building the glutes, making sure, especially in the tops of the glutes, that's where I was lacking, and that was where my feedback lied. So I just made sure to really focus on the tops of the glutes, make sure focusing on the shoulders to have that balance, that if I was going to bring up a little bit bigger, fuller glutes, you have to bring up the top too, so that you're not too thin or too small up top and be off balance. So we watched that really closely and made sure that my training reflected the balance that we were aiming for.
And now, do you think that your move from the East Coast to the West Coast aided in that? Staying on top of that with your coach, Kim Odo, of course?
Oh, absolutely. It's, being literally in the same office as my coach, being able to hassle him and be hey, look at me, is this okay? It definitely helped with the prep. It helped with the mindset and getting me to where I need to be, because moving in and of itself is hard, going across country, away from family and friends, but at least I had a little bit of somewhat of a home base.
Support system
that I wasn't completely alone. So it definitely did help with prep.
That's great. Yeah. That's great. Well, we could not wait to see what you bring to the stage tomorrow. We have prejudging tomorrow, kicking off at 10 a.m., and then finals will be on Saturday. So hopefully we will link up after the show. Good luck to Jennifer, and until next time, we're out.
Bye.
Hey everyone, Sarah Line here with Maximum Muscle Report, and I'm here with the reigning champ, Miss Figure Olympia, Cyd Gillon. Cyd, always have to ask the basic question. You're coming off of a win from the Arizona Pro, and now we're going to the Olympia. How are you feeling about keeping that title underneath your belt?
I feel really great just with what I'm bringing. It always changes year to year. I hate being, not hate, I never want to be the person that's bringing the same package over and over and over again. Whether the package was great before, there should be something that's slightly different and makes it a little bit better. So that's always my goal every show. So we'll just see what pops up on stage tomorrow.
Sure. So then, of course, on that note, from last year to this year, what has been your main focus then? Of course, because at this level of, competition, it's always, the smallest little detail. So what is that small detail that you've been working on?
I think it's just everything. It's the overall look of the body, the overall shape. So there's not anything specifically that we focused on. We just wanted to come in, but my coach and I, wanted to come in with the overall look that just was better than last year.
Sure.
However we can make that happen, we made it happen.
Whatever needs to be done, right? Now, of course, everyone knows that you're a student. It's pretty obvious on your social media and the way you go about posting that you stay super busy. So, and I'm sure you've been asked this question a million times before, but your time management must be super, super structured.
Yes.
How do you deal with managing school and finals and different tests, along with getting to the gym and meal prepping? And do you have a meal prep sponsor? How do you work around that?
I don't have a meal prep sponsor. I make all my foods.
She's on the market.
Yeah, right. I make all my own foods, so I just get up and I have a plan. I know exactly. Every day basically looks overall the same. It just has different classes, different times I go to the gym, but I try to keep as much consistent as possible. So whether that's my gym time, the times that I'm going to work, different times like that, I make sure that I get the same things done at the same time, because that allows for that consistency. So once I get the plan together and get that set, I just do the same thing over and over again. So then once that first transition week is over, you just keep repeating the same thing. So you just go into robot mode and just do it.
Creature of habit.
Yeah, the key thing is not thinking too hard about it, because I never really thought about how much I do until people started asking me about it. And I'm like, oh, this does sound like a lot, huh? Like, I didn't notice, but that's the key. If you start thinking about how much you have to do, that's gonna get you overwhelmed.
Right. I like that. That really puts it into a perspective. If you think about it that way too, if you're just doing the same thing, you're just moving along. It's like a choo-choo train. You're just chugging along.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, with this weekend being the Olympia, are we gonna see you on stage after this, or are we gonna shut it down?
If they have anybody, if y'all have any shows in any locations that are new to me, I would love to be there.
I think there's one right in your backyard. Is Legion Sports Festival?
Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't looked.
Maybe
I
never said that.
Right. I kind of want to travel. So like how Bikini and Open have all these shows
overseas.
in Korea and stuff like that. I want to do that.
Okay.
But I also have a 25-page paper to write and a comprehensive exam that must be taken next month. So that kind of might not work out because
Priorities.
Exactly.
Priorities.
Yeah.
Well, you started competing at a really young age. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but your first show was at the age of 14.
Correct.
Okay, and now you started off also in the fitness division, which I'm sure. No, you did not.
Nope. Figure the whole way.
No, figure the whole way. Okay.
I wish. I wanted to do fitness.
Okay.
That's probably what it was.
Did not have.
I didn't know.
That's okay. That's what it was.
I couldn't tumble, so I gave up on that dream.
Okay.
I was like, no, I'm
no
good.
gymnastic genes.
No. I could dance, and that was it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, also too, starting at such a young age, you obviously learn the different, habits that you need to have to be successful long term in this sport. So, what varies from your contest prep to your off season in the sense of eating?
Nothing in the sense of eating. I do a year-round plan. Like just all the time. After a show, I'll do 2 days. This show is, I like to test out things after a show.
Okay.
So this show, I'm actually gonna have my cheat meal. So I have cheat meals all throughout the year.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually take this whole week and get right back on a plan. So cheat meal, right back on a plan as if I were getting ready for another show.
Sure.
And that way, I postpone my 2 days of glory, which is gonna be amazing. I already have it all planned out to the T, how much it costs, where we're going, everywhere, gas mileage, I know it all. But that's gonna push it back. So I always try to have some type of new level of discipline I'm trying to reach.
Sure.
Each and every show.
Right, those small goals to keep you focused, keep you going.
And eventually it'll get to the point where I don't even have a day where I just eat whatever. It'll just be like, no, I'm just gonna eat this salad and eat the same meals I've been eating. Right. Because I love my food anyway, so I just have to eat.
There you go.
That's
eat every 3 hours.
yeah. As long as I'm eating, I'm happy.
Right. And now too, also with this Olympia this year, word just got out that Latoria is not competing, and now we know that Latoria also kind of helped mentor you up to this level. So, what are your emotions going to that? Where do you think that top 5 is going to land with the rest of the girls?
I don't know
now
about
that spot's open.
Right. It definitely opens the way, which is nice to see other women get their chance to be really get seen and show their light. But I'm always a Latoria fan, always have been, always will be. So to see her not on stage with me, our whole journey has pretty much been together, especially all these Olympias. We did our first Olympia together. Every Olympia, she's been there. Right. So for me, it's kind of like weird, and I don't really like it.
Yeah,
I don't like it, Latoria.
Noted.
I don't like it. Let's be clear. But yeah, I know I'll miss her. I miss her backstage at the Arnold. I told her, I was like, hey, where's my buddy backstage? My backstage buddy. Yeah. So when she wasn't there, it does change the dynamic.
Changes the vibe a little bit.
Yeah, she has a good vibe. We're very, very similar in terms of how we interact with people. So to have that a twin on the side is kind of nice.
And it's so funny too, because looking back at when Latoria kind of started to set that tone for the figure division, it's nice though, and I'm sure she looks at it the same way, that it's almost like you're like her little sister, kind of carrying that on. Even though she's not here this year, we know that the competition is still going to be strong, and that you still hold that same cartoon-like look to the figure division. So you guys have really set the tone for what's to come and what we expect to see on stage. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll miss her.
Yeah, we all miss her, but that's okay. Well, we are so excited to see what you bring to the stage tomorrow. We know after last week at Arizona, she's still going to look lights out. So, fingers crossed for you.
Thank you.
All right. Cyd Gillon, Sarah Lyon, Maximum Muscle Report. Until next time.
Bye.
Hey everyone, Sarah Lyon here with Bikini Olympian India Paulino. I'm sure everyone's very familiar with India. She's been on the stage for quite some time now, starting her journey in 2011,
Yes.
but then making it to the Olympia stage for the first time in 2012. So here we are.
2011.
Oh,
actually.
2011.
My first, yeah.
2011. All right, and now we're here at your 7th Olympia. How are you feeling with all the different changes? I mean, look at how much too the sport has changed since you started too. So walk us through that.
I mean, first of all, I am just so grateful to be here because, you know, last year I was here, and the only reason I wasn't on stage was because I was pregnant. And I remember saying, I said, I missed it. I missed the stage. I mean, this has been a part of my life for the past 8 years. And, you know, I remember saying it would be so amazing to be back on this stage next year, competing. And, you know, a few things changed the year that I was gone, the rules as far as how to qualify. And you can't just win a show anymore. I've always been qualified either by I've always placed top 6 in the Olympia the past 7 years I've competed in it, 6 years I've competed in it. Or I've won many shows, so I was always qualified. Well, this year was a little different, and I had to start competing later on due to having the baby. So that qualifying, the whole qualifying thing was very different for me, but it was cool. It was different, and I'm just so grateful that I was able to do it, and I am here, and I just feel so amazing. Like, there's no stress. I'm detached from the outcome because I've done everything that I can control, and I feel really, really good. You know, the past 3 shows that I did, you know, I got better each show, and God willing, I will be better tomorrow on stage. So I'm grateful, and I can't explain. Like, I have chills talking about it because this is just such a special show for me, and my baby boy is here, and like I get like. Because I'm just so happy. I'm just very happy to be here.
And we can see that. We can definitely see that. You know, it was so inspiring. You know, I mean, a lot of women, you know, they get pregnant and then, you know, it might take them much longer than it took you. I mean, gosh, what was it, 7 months and you were back on stage? Right
before 7 months. And I didn't know. I mean, I knew I wanted to be back on stage. But my biggest thing for me, and I encourage women to do this as well, because the response that I received from moms and moms to be has been amazing and overwhelming in a great way. Is I just had my baby, I want to compete. Take your time. Like, I know it may not seem like I did, but I did. And I think that the biggest thing that helped me was my mindset, my mentality. I was all about, my baby will always be my priority, my number one. But I was okay. I loved my body at every single stage. I loved my body before pregnancy and every single stage through pregnancy, after pregnancy. And I just said, just do what you have to do. Clean up your food, eat more, and train slowly. You can't rush into stuff. And when you're free like that with yourself, you're able to release and allow things to happen. And I think that was one of the biggest things. I didn't rush. When I felt better, yes, I did my 8-week challenge that I created to kind of get me back into the swing of things and eating consistently and all that. When I was done with that, I felt better, and then I went into a prep, but that wasn't as soon as I got cleared at 6 weeks. You know, I didn't start until like a couple months later, and then slowly progressed into more intense training. But yeah, I mean, it happened a lot faster than I thought.
Well, and I'm sure too, you know, with how long you've been competing too, and obviously how consistent you stayed throughout it. You know, you were never fluctuating like crazy, so your body was able to kind of rebound faster than, you know, some of the women who don't have that privilege or however you want to say it.
I agree. I definitely think training throughout helps a lot.
Right. And now, of course, with your pregnancy and then moving on to the stages, what was that feeling like when you got back on stage for that first time after being pregnant? You know, we were there, we saw it. You definitely looked great. Of course, it wasn't the best, but I'm sure you knew that too. But it still was plenty enough to rock the stage, own the stage as always. Your presentation is always, you know,
thank you,
stellar.
Yeah, I mean, I felt
I felt so good. I always feel really, I do everything that I possibly can during my prep so that when I go on stage, I'm like, I did everything that I could.
Right.
So this is my best at this moment. And for me, the goal is to always improve you do another show, get better. That's I'm my own competition. So I compete with myself. That's what I can control. So I felt great. I felt great. And then, moving on to the next show, I knew I looked better than that show, the previous show. Right. And so,
and that's what matters.
Right. It's another thing is for me that was, I had to it was a little bit of a battle mentally because, of course I'm a competitor. We all compete to win. We train to win. But then it was also don't lose sight of everything you just accomplished. And so it was like, and it's like, okay, girlfriend, like, don't forget, like, center yourself. Right. And I did that. And that's important.
Well, and it paid off, obviously.
Yes.
You continuously kept getting better, and now here you are back for your 7th Olympia, and of course we can't wait. So I have to ask you, are you still going to rock the black suit? The signature suit.
I am, and I'm bringing me back to the stage because I feel like, it's really interesting. I can sass it up a little more, and I think that I'm gonna do that. So I'm really excited. I changed a couple things, nothing crazy, because I feel like when I do change something, they're like, no, that's not India.
Right.
Go back to India. I'm like, okay, my hair's black again because I did lighten it. They didn't like that, so I was like, okay.
Did they like the new front pose?
I haven't really gotten any feedback on that, but I'm actually going to go to what I'm comfortable with. And what I think I look best in.
Sure.
And I'm going to add a little bit of a different pose, that one that I had, but different side, something different, but me,
right.
Because at the end of the day, you have to be comfortable, and we'll see.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Prejudging's tomorrow, so yes. Of course. So now with everything that you had going on too, are you doing all of your own nutrition? Were you self-coached through your pregnancy and then into your preps?
So no, I started with Kim. I used to coach myself. I prepped myself for many years. And then it wasn't until 2017, early on, when I was competing, defending my title at Arnold 2017, I had Kim Odo as my coach, and then I got pregnant. And so he's been my coach throughout this. So I did my own thing, and then when I started prep, more intense, then Kim was there.
Yeah.
So he's been so amazing, and he's amazing. I can't say enough good things about him. So he's been helping me through this all.
We only hear good things about him. He's, in our eyes, the bikini guru, so to speak.
He's great.
All of a sudden he's got 3 of the top 5 Olympians.
Yeah. So we changed a couple things from the last show for this show, and I'm that type of body that, like, the more I compete, like, the more I tighten up. I don't have that super hard look. I don't, and I won't, and that's okay.
But I think that's also too one of the reasons that you have done so well, so consistently. I feel like bikini they're kind of bouncing back and forth. Do we want to go a little harder? Do we want to keep a little softer?
Yeah.
And I feel like you're right in that middle where you still have the muscularity, but you don't bring the dry cut look.
Just don't. That's just not. It's never been me, and so. But I'm definitely. I've tightened up again every show. That's the goal. You want to get tight, and I'm really excited. I'm God willing, it'll be better than it's been, and hopefully I think gonna be my best yet ever. So.
Well, we cannot wait to see. We can't wait to see. Thank you so much for your time. Prejudging 10 a.m. tomorrow, and then finals on Saturday.
Yes, and guys, please make sure to stop by at BPI. I'll be there 1 to 2 on Friday.
Right after prejudging.
Yes.
Okay. Well, until next time, India, Paulino, Sarah Lyon, Olympia weekend, we're out. Hey everyone, Sarah Lyon here with Maximum Muscle Report, and I'm sitting with rookie bikini Olympian, Ashley Jenelle.
Hi.
I know you have been long awaiting this day.
I mean,
since the day I met you, you turned pro in 2016 North Americans. I met you here at the Olympia actually in 2016.
Yes.
And I remember you just saying like, I can't wait to be up on that stage. I want to be up on that stage. I'm going to be up on that stage.
And this is it.
And now you're here.
Tomorrow.
And now you're here.
Oh
So
my gosh.
let's hear about the journey on the way to the stage.
Oh my gosh. This season has been a whirlwind for me, doing 6 shows, like that's a lot of shows.
Yeah, it is.
It was really taxing, I'm not gonna lie. It was hard, and, highs and lows. The last 3 were the best, my first 2 pro wins, and I got second to Ashley Cotswasser in Denver, where I live. So it's just been great. Yes, my hometown. It was really awesome. So it's been so good. And just knowing like what the points, I never felt safe. And I wasn't just going to be like, okay, at 15, I'm good. I'm like, I'm going to keep going. I don't want to stop because I want to just solidify my spot. And I just don't want to solidify my spot. I want to be like, yes, girl, you made it. Hands down, no question about it.
Right.
So it's been quite the journey. And just the support that I've received from people along the way is just, that's, I think, every day I wake up and I'm like, holy cow, like just even being here. People meeting you, oh my gosh, it's not even Meet the Olympians, and I'm already meeting people, and that is saying I've inspired them, and like that's why I do this. Like, I do this sport for myself and to compete,
Right.
but to inspire other women, to inspire, girls that, have been on stage for a long time, to let them know, like, don't give up. So girls that are new to the sport that don't even know what to expect, and just, African American women, to let them know, like, hey, we have a home in Bikini, we can be in this division, and we can do great things.
Right.
It's possible, so.
Well, and I think it's so easy too for people to want to meet you, to want to be, because you're such a positive person, and you see it too all over social media. You're interacting not only with your followers, but interacting with people that you follow too, and posting positive things, and the sport, especially with bikini, sometimes, especially it's different on each level, but girls, especially on the national level, moving up to the pro level, they need to see that.
Yes,
because
for sure.
a lot of the times, there's athletes that come to us and they're talking to us, and the girls are so mean backstage, and that's not what it really is about.
That's not what it really is
that's
about.
Just
There's
the aura
so much
they're giving.
sisterhood, and honestly, I've been in those moments when I've just been backstage at a show and I'm just in my zen and in my moment, and that may come off like, but that's not the case. And when you get, the pressure builds as you get to these levels of these, Olympians like Angelica and Jen, and you have to, people don't understand like the pressure they're under. So, it can be really hard to take things the wrong way, or just, come off. But, if you just are that person that just, puts a smile on your face through all situations, and you just think about, okay, I once was here. I once was there. I get it, but, this is crazy, girl. I cannot believe it.
It is. And thinking about your last year as a pro, you linked up with a coach, and you have been self-coached in the past, and you linked up with a coach hoping to benefit you. You didn't really reap the benefits that you were expecting to, so, you obviously made the best decision for you. So tell us a little bit about that, and how it is self-coaching yourself into the Super Bowl of bodybuilding.
And firsthand, because we're friends, outside of the stage in this industry, that how tough that was for me, because you trust in someone. And I was doing pretty decent as a rookie pro, and then I put everything into a person and, a coach, and believed in them. And unfortunately, I experienced my worst 3 placings to date back to back. So then I get into the holidays and I'm just emotionally eating, and then I'm just super sad, and just, do I have a place in sport? What? Do I, what?
Start questioning
do I go
yourself.
To figure? Like, do I just quit? And then one day I was like, no, hell no. I can do this. I'm going to go back to coaching myself. And I did. Recently, I linked up with Ryan Hinton. He is coaches Team Legacy. He's helped me take over my nutrition for the last couple weeks of this prep, because with my job and with my posing, I am so swamped. And as prideful as I am to want to do my own prep, it was something that was on the back burner and lacking. Like, I knew that I needed to make my weekly changes, and I'd be like, I'm just gonna keep eating what I was last week, because I'll lose a couple pounds. And I was like, this is not right. This is I need someone that's gonna be detailed and there in it with me. And he's here, and he's been such like a saving grace. One of my really good friends back home, Justin Rogers, he is a coach for Team Rogers. I pose all of his girls. He is so great when it comes to conditioning. And I knew after coming off of 6 shows, I was like, wait, I got to change something up with my workouts.
Right.
Because I need my body to respond differently. Because we get to that point where it's like,
right.
And I need to be up, and you know, Linda Mary, one thing I talked about is my conditioning. I really wanted to work on that for the O. So I worked with Justin, and he helped me, gave me a good plan, you know, to work on that conditioning, and we kind of got together and formulated something really awesome. And I'm so great because he just, you know, I've worked out with, I don't ever work out with trainers or coaches.
Okay.
Never.
Okay.
The only coach, first time that I ever did was last year. I did some circuits back with my old coach. That was it. And I've been training for, 4.5 years?
Right.
I have never. So I worked out with Justin earlier this year, just, you know, for the fun. He's like, hey, come train. I want to show you some stuff.
Sure.
He taught me how mind-muscle connection. I did not even know. I thought I was doing something.
Right.
I was not doing anything. He's
Right.
like, your booty is doing nothing wrong. I was like, what? So just knowing that he knew what he was talking about, I was like, you know what? I'm going to reach out to him. We're really good friends, and I know that I can trust in him to help me bring that conditioning where I want. And I know that I can trust in Ryan to help me to get that nutrition on point. And it's been such less stress.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I can imagine.
It's just been nice, but still
yeah.
having the control in myself.
Right.
It's still so great.
And so the relationships you have with them are, you know, beneficial.
just-
You're all on the same page.
We're all on it, and that's what it's
That's
about.
key.
It's getting with people that are on the same page. I can see your vision and understand, and not just tell you they do, and then you're doing something different months later.
Right.
You know. So I honestly have had such a strong team going into this, and such a good support system. My amazing sponsors, just good people that want to see me excel.
Right.
That I don't even care, girl. I'm just like,
You're here.
Let's do
You're
the
here.
damn thing.
Right.
Let's do the damn thing. Yeah, shoulder shrug. Woo, I'm so excited.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're so excited for you. I mean, too, especially after watching it all kind of start, you know, with the North Americans, you winning the overall, and then, too, being at a couple of your shows that you won and being there and being a part of that, you know, it's awesome to watch, you know, so closely you evolve, and we cannot wait to see you hit the stage tomorrow.
I love you, Sarah.
I
You're
love
so
you
great.
too.
You guys truly have been there since the beginning. I literally
Yeah.
got off stage in North Americans, and you're like, can we have an interview?
Interview.
I'm like, what? Yes, you can. And since then, it's just been so cool. And
Yeah.
here we are.
And here we are.
This
in
is it.
Yeah, exactly.
In Vegas.
In Vegas. Yeah.
And the Orleans. I'm literally
Yes.
about to go to meet the Olympians. People are going to meet me.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Oh, such a rock star.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, prejudging 10 a.m.
Yes.
Obviously, you feel great going into it.
I do.
And I gotta ask, the GOAT, Ashley Caldwell's back. How
I-
does that feel? Sharing the stage for a second time with her. Taking
I
seconds
literally
to her.
have chills. Well, her and I were we went to the meeting together, and on our way there, we're like, yeah, we're next to each other again. So at the Mile High, we were J and K.
Exactly.
Again, J and K. So, you know,
Awesome.
I love it because I think she's a fierce competitor. She has, I mean, I'm like speechless right now. Just the way she looks. Oh my God.
Right.
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
Like Ashley 2.0 and then some. So being able to stand next to her and see how we match up and then just share the stage with her again and her energy, I'm so elated. I can't wait.
Awesome.
Here we go.
Awesome.
Battle of the Ashleys?
Yeah.
Maybe
we
not.
can't wait. We
But
can't wait.
It's going to be a showdown for everyone.
Everyone.
I mean, this is literally, I'm not even talking about myself, just in general, this is going to be the toughest Bikini Olympia ever.
And I think, too, across all divisions.
All divisions are good. I mean,
crazy.
this Olympian is going to be insane.
Right.
It's going to be one for the
so many
books.
new faces, old faces coming back,
Yes.
you know, just, you know,
So many rookies.
open spots in that top place, you know. Yeah, we can't wait. So prejudging tomorrow is at 10 a.m. for Bikini. So we will be catching up with Ashley after, seeing how everything goes, and then
catch up with me after that burger. Okay.
Food first.
You guys, priorities. All right.
Until next time, Ashley, Jenelle, Sarah Lyon, Maximum Muscle
Peace,
Report.
guys.
We're out. Hey everyone, Sarah Lyon here with Maximum Muscle Report, and I'm sitting with Jennifer Dorie. This is Jennifer's first year at the Olympia, rookie year competing as a pro as well. So we saw her in Toronto and Vancouver and Tampa and here in Vegas already, all placing within that top 5, top 3, and you know, you look lights out. So how long have you been in the gym training? Because I'm sure so many people are curious because you just kind of popped up.
Yeah. I've been in the gym training since I was about 17.
Okay.
So I'm 21 now.
Okay.
And then just seriously prepping since I started my first show when I was 18.
Okay.
So this is my 4th year competing.
That's awesome. Awesome. And native Canadian.
Yes, Canadian.
So I'm sure, with competing, locally, so to speak, in Canada, and then coming down here, did you notice a big difference within the shows?
A huge difference.
Yeah.
So, like, our fitness industry is a lot smaller and a little bit behind, I would say,
Okay.
the industry here. So coming here, it was like, it's huge and everything's so overblown. And I was like, oh my God, these shows are crazy. I see all these people that I've looked up to and, like, all these coaches and people come up to me like, oh my God, girl, like, I follow you and stuff. And it's just
Right.
such like a bigger, it's much more saturated here, right? So it's different.
Right.
The shows are just bigger. There's a lot more exposure.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really sure what to expect in terms of like how well I would do here because it's kind of different looks, Canadian versus here.
Okay.
But it was an awesome experience. I like it better here a lot.
Yeah. Well, obviously you're here to stay.
I love doing shows in the States. I'm probably gonna do most of mine in the States next year.
Awesome. So we're already planning out next year.
I already have my
right?
shows lined up.
How about after the O? Are we gonna keep going?
Oh no, I think I need a break. I've been in prep for like 32 weeks now, so I'm desperately needing a break.
Yeah, sure.
My body's like, please.
Absolutely. Well, and you're so young too, so to have that discipline.
I'm doing in the sport too. I don't want to burn out right now.
Right, exactly. So you got to think long term, not just right now.
I know.
So you're
want to.
right. So your first Olympia, I'm sure it's an overwhelming amount of emotions. It's such a big deal to be here. What are you, thinking going into this show? You have quite a few big names, but obviously you've also proven yourself on the stage as well.
I'm just honestly grateful to be here, to even be here, because I didn't plan on qualifying for the Olympia this year. I didn't even think it was possible. It wasn't in my books at all. Kind of just happened, and I was like, well, if I'm already qualified, I might as well just do Tampa, get top 5, and I could do it. So it's still kind of sinking in. I still don't think I'm actually competing at the Olympics. So it better kick in soon.
Yeah.
But my goal, obviously, I want to place top 5 is my goal. We'll see what happens. I mean, even just top 10, even just being here is an honor for me, but my goal is top 5, top 6. So
sure, absolutely.
We'll see.
Absolutely. And for those who have not seen, we were just talking about this. She resembles a lot of the same similarities that Ashley Kaltwasser has. It's funny, the shape of your glutes, the tightness to you guys as well, and then of course the black hair.
And the green suit.
Yes, and the green suit.
I love the green suit.
And the green suit.
I've only ever worn green, so I was not switching it.
Oh, how awesome. Then it's your color, right?
It's my lucky color.
So, and now, of course, too, this is Ashley's your back.
Yeah,
so,
she looks amazing now.
Yeah, absolutely. And now it'll be fun to share the stage with her again after taking second to her, on this big of a stage. Yeah. And of course, with the gala after, they always give those different awards out too. So, I was thinking about it, and, to see you kind of be almost like a rookie of the year in the bikini division, awesome. Just because of how quickly you came up. Yeah. So after your second place finish at Tampa to Laura Lee, another native Canadian, which all Canadians did amazing that weekend.
Yeah, Canadians rocked it that weekend.
What changes or adjustments did you kind of try and make going into the Olympia? You had about 6 weeks in between there.
So I had about a week that I can kind of relax a little bit, let my body have a little bit of a break, and then the past 2-3 weeks kind of has just been refeeding my body. It's just my metabolism is going like this now, so I've been eating it's just been refeeds every other day kind of thing.
That's great.
It's been easy stress free prep. Just trying to keep my upper body fuller, keep my glutes full. So Sandy's feedback was she wanted my upper body a little bit fuller. Okay. And conditioning wise, they don't want to see my hamstring lines going right through my legs.
Gotcha.
So changed up the posing.
Okay.
Tampa, I showed the new posing with the back pose. Just bent knees, glutes looked fuller, and I got good feedback from that. So they told me pretty much bring the Tampa package to the stage, so we're doing that, just a little bit tighter waist, fuller upper body.
New
hairstyle, I know.
Oh, new hairstyle. Oh, I'm excited to see. Awesome. Yes. So a little bit of new, a little bit of old.
Yeah, I have a new suit too. It's green, but it's a little bit different. So.
It's still same color.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And so now after the Olympia, you're going to be here in Vegas. Yes. I'm sure you've got a ton of stuff going on. Yeah. And then like you already said, you're kind of already planning out next year for show-wise. So do we think we're going to see you? Are you going to try and get that Arnold invite?
I was thinking about it. I mean, I really want to. I have a photo shoot 2 weeks after the Olympia at the Legion show in Long Beach with Jam.
We'll be there.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. So I have to kind of keep it tight for that.
Sure.
And then after that, obviously start on my reverse dieting off season. So I would love to do Arnold's. It's such a prestigious show too. It's like the Olympia, right? It would be amazing to do. So if I can.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Well, we can't wait to see what you bring tomorrow. Of course, we expect lights out, of course. That's all you've brought all year so far. So 10 a.m. prejudging until we catch up with you after the show. Jennifer, Dorie, Sarah Lyon, Maximum Muscle Report. Hey everyone, Sarah Lyon here with Maximum Muscle Report, and I'm here sitting with figure Olympian Heather Dees.
Hi, everybody.
Heather is no new face to the Olympia stage. Looking back at everything, turning pro back in 2010, and then looking at your placements from, 2011 and on, you had always kind of consistently been in that top 5 area. Mm-hmm. And then we saw a little bit of a drop off sort of in 2000, the end of 2014, beginning of 2015.
Yeah.
And then you came back though, and now here you are placing back again in the top, of course with your Arnold, where you just took 3rd,
right.
And then of course last year's Olympia as well.
Yeah.
So what was the differences that you made from where that drop off, so to speak, happened, and then now moving back up?
So I was in a car accident in 2014, and my car was totaled. So it kind of put I was going through some weird medical issues that I didn't really know was related to the car accident until probably April 2016, and everything kind of, all the pieces came together. Mm-hmm. And so since then I've had a lot of different therapy, cognitive. It's more cognitive. Like I was fortunate to walk away without broken bones, but it was more of a cognitive issue. I had tremors, which affected my stage presence, which affected my physique, to be honest. So it's just been getting all that therapy, taking the time to get healthy again, and then obviously progressing with the sport. There's a little bigger now. Back when I was placing 4th in 2012 and 13, right? Versus the physiques now, you just have to move up with the sport.
Right. Yeah, and the sport has definitely evolved. I say even over the last 5 years, it's just kind of taken off, and it's changing more quickly than it was prior to it.
There's so many more divisions now, which is really cool because it gives more girls different, to find what physique or where their physique fits.
Right.
But figure, we're definitely a little bigger and harder, but I still like that it's a more of a feminine look. And
right.
So we're trying to keep it. I hope it just stays right there.
Yeah, we do too. And it's nice too because it's if you're bikini, but then I feel like bikini girls, they always kind of hit their level, so to speak.
Right.
You hit a point where they're like, okay, well you got to slow it down on the training. Where with figure, it allows you to still have a lot of femininity to you, but then also keep pushing the weight. That's what we all like to do, is train.
Right, exactly. That's the whole point. And I think girls don't usually explode with muscle. Just naturally. So you have to take the time and put in the years anyway, and so it's fun to kind of be able to do that still in figure.
Right, exactly. And now, of course, the one weakness that you've had has always been your waist, compared to the girls that have had those just super genetically small waists. Yeah. So, of course, we know, I'm sure, that you focused more on your lats to widen that out. And we saw a huge jump in that, too, over the last couple of years. When you won Hawaii, especially, right. That's when it kind of really came out. Is that what you would focus on the most? Or
Yeah, I think my back and my legs, because obviously that will give an illusion of a smaller waist if you have. My legs are long, and so they've kind of been the area that I focused on my whole career to bring up. My upper body has been genetically more gifted in putting on size, and at one point in 2000, I think it was one of my first Olympia, 2011, they told me my shoulders were too big. So I brought them back down, and it's just been this balancing act of trying to bring my legs up to match my upper body without letting my upper body get too big.
Sure.
And I think that's a big thing with figures. It's just finding that balance and symmetry while maintaining a feminine look.
Right, absolutely. And now we hadn't seen you since the Arnold.
Right.
So you've taken some time off, so your body's well rested.
Yes.
Are we going to see you after the Olympia stage? Are you going to continue?
I haven't made any plans for after the Olympia. This has been a super ultimate focus. So I always say, let's just get through the show and then we'll see.
Right. Right. Absolutely. And now going into the Olympia, with your training and nutrition, do you do anything super drastic during peak week? Or are you one of those that kind of just walk on stage?
Yeah, and I feel like the healthier my physique has been in my preps, because every show is a little bit different, but no, nothing crazy drastic. My body responds better. to keeping everything like the way I train, prep all for the weeks prior. So yeah, it's just kind of like, you know, a manipulation, a little bit of carbs, but other than that, it's not crazy, which is nice because then there's no crazy rebound post show,
Right.
which I love.
Right. Yeah, that makes a big difference, especially maintaining them the rest of the way through.
Yeah, and feeling good.
Right. Now, of course, now it was just released, so to speak, that Latoria and Nicole Wilkins are not going to be competing at this year's Olympia. That definitely leaves some room up there in that first call out for some new girls to show face. How are you feeling, or how does that, you know, change anything with you?
Well, I don't know if it changes anything with me. I've been in the top, you know, 3 at the Arnold this year, top 4 last year. But you know, I hope those, you know, the girl. I kind of going into it, you kind of know, you kind of play it by ear, but you know, I hope the girls that are sitting out this year, I've been there, it's hard, they get healthy, but there is some cute, like, up and coming girls too that have really awesome physiques. The whole figure lineup is generally really amazing.
Yes.
So it's a definite hard job for the judges to pick, and it's just going to be a matter of standing next to each other and having that comparison to see, you know, who's got what strengths and what weaknesses.
Right. It all shows on stage.
Yeah. So it'll be fun to see some new faces in the top 5.
Right. Yeah. They always say that you look good on your own, and then you know everyone looks great.
Everybody
on their own.
looks great on
and
their
then
own.
you stand up in a comparison lineup, and that's when.
And they're just
shows
little
off.
teeny things you kind of go, okay, I can kind of see, but no one's gonna step on the Olympia stage and not look insane.
Right,
So.
right. And then it comes down to the very minute.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. But we cannot wait to see you
Thank
on
you so
stage
much.
tomorrow, 10 a.m. pre-judging everyone. Heather Dees, Sarah Lyon, Maximum Muscle Report. Until next time.